Okay, here we go. Pop the mic. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good. It's good to be back. Although I do have to say, I really enjoyed watching your solo act yesterday.
Did you?
Like, a lot of good detail. Struggled a bit with the game introductions.
Yeah, that's your department. I've never done it before, so I'm yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hilarious because you're like giving all this like complex analysis on the games, and then you get to like just talking about the
an over under,
then over under, and you're like, but it's all good, man. We compliment each other.
Everyone's got their strong suits, you know.
Right. So. Exactly.
All right.
So some good calls by you last night. Bogdanovich. Huge game. I think that was one of the ones you were on.
Yep.
Pistons defeated the Heat by a good margin.
After the Heat were up by 20 points.
Right. Yeah. That's the beauty of the NBA. It's like it's not like college. You gotta keep hanging on until the fourth quarter because anybody can come back from 20 points.
Not only were the Heat up by 20, but Detroit ended up winning by 20 points.
Yeah. And then Mitchell had a big game. Beating the Lakers.
He's just like this. He just loves the bright lights and big state. Like it's a TNT game. Like he is just getting up for it. The crazy part though was LeBron back in Cleveland. He AD of course he can't have a good thing. He starts to play well, putting up 35 a game for 2 weeks, and then just when you think he's going to start, being the AD that they traded for, he plays 8 minutes and is out with an injury. But the weird part was that LeBron, you'd think LeBron back in Cleveland, he's going to take over the game. I think he had one shot in the fourth quarter, which was like bizarre. I was watching the game. So
yeah, he had a lot of rebounds, but
he did have a bunch.
Not a lot of points. So
nope.
All right.
So
let's dive into today's slate. We got a big set of games tonight, but we're going to cover 6 of them again. Mm-hmm. So let's dive into the first one. We got the Clippers at the Magic. Clippers are 14-11. Both George and Leonard are playing this game, so that's
congratulations, great. Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah,
you did it.
It's actually Kawhi's 7th game of the season.
Really?
He's only played in 7 games. This will be a 7th game. Magic are 5-20, so they're pathetic. Wendell Carter's still out. For some reason, the Magic are only getting 7 points, but part of that is because the total in these Clipper games tends to be really low. Yeah. Total's 216, and the Sharps were on the Clippers and the under.
Sharps are on the Clippers and the under. All right. Game wise, I got nothing. I'm not going to make a pick. I don't really love this game, but let's look at the matchups.
Okay.
So I mentioned on the solo pod yesterday that I spent the day yesterday updating my my matchups to bring them up to date. So some interesting stuff popped out. So going up against the matchups we want to target against the Clippers are combo guards to a greater degree, and then a little bit lesser degree bigs and forwards have had some success against the Clippers. And then the 2 positions you can really target against the Magic are point guards and combo guards.
Okay.
So both your guard positions. So what does that mean? Given that forwards are a good play against the Clippers, made me look at Banchero tonight. His point line is 19.5. It's -140. He's done it in 7 of his last 10 overall. He's done it in 7 of 9 home games. And if you look at home games played on 1-day rest this season, there's 7 of them, and he's done it in 6. So some pretty good numbers there. So I like that. I also like getting back onto the Banchero assists that we were riding for a little while there. It's 3.5 assists. It's +110. His last 5 games, he's had 7, 3, 4, 5, and 5. So he got there in all but one. He's also done it in 5 of 7 home games on 1 day rest. That same stat I just brought up for the points. And in those, and 2 of those 5 games were his highest assist outputs of the season. 7 assists in 2 of those 5 games. So good matchup. We're gonna take those 2 props on Banchero.
Yeah, I think like you said, the line on him has gone up, so they're starting to catch on. But still seems pretty safe at 4 assists, right?
I think so. I'm a little hesitant, or I guess I wouldn't. You have to take this with a bit of a grain of salt with the Clippers having Kawhi and Paul George back. You know what I mean? So these matchups are it's going to be a little bit different because obviously you have different guys in the rotation now. So. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But we're still gonna go with these plays here.
I can't imagine Kawhi is going to play more than 20 minutes anyway. Yeah. 20, 25 minutes.
Has he at all this season?
No. All right. So the one play I had was actually, I see a total of 216. I want to fade. This one's painful because I hate fading one of the best players in the league. But Kawhi under 1.5 threes. Minus 145. In the 6 games that he's played, he's only hit, he's attempted three threes a game on average. Mm-hmm. And he's only hit a 3 in two of the 6 games.
Okay.
So he's never reached the 2 mark, and he's only hit a 3 in 2 games. So seems like he's focusing his attention on kind of the mid-range jumper, which quite honestly is his game anyway.
Yeah.
And, when you're still getting your legs back, shooting a lot of threes is probably not. So it's a weird fade. He could easily just destroy this in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's got the volume. Like he's going to have to probably shoot 60% from 3 in order to hit this. I think it's a good play, even at minus 145.
I like it. Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. That works. I had one other on the Orlando side.
Okay.
This is kind of a gut play just because there's not you don't have like this guy's done this in 8 of his last 10 games or whatever, but you have a great matchup. So the worst position that the Clippers guard is combo guards by far and away. It's the position to target them at. So Orlando has a new guy in the rotation who is a combo guard. Who's playing extra minutes because Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony are not playing. That's Markelle Fultz. I got two plays on him tonight that are kind of gut plays, but I like the odds, and I think he can do it. So his line to make 1 3 tonight, it's plus 120. He's only played 4 games so far this season. He didn't do it in his first 3, but in his last game he had 2 threes. So I think given the great matchup and the recent success, I like that tonight, especially at plus 120. The other one I looked at for him is his par. So it's 21.5. It's minus 105. He's done it in 2 of the 4 games he played this season. But the 2 games that he covered were the 2 games he's played on 1 day rest, which he's on today. So a guy coming back from injury. I think he seems to be performing a little bit better when he has that extra rest. So I like that. It's 21.5, and he's the point guard for them, so he's going to be getting the assists. And I think he could have a good scoring night as well. So that's my other play.
Interesting, because he was the other guy I was looking at to fade.
Oh, really? Really?
Well, he had a big last game. I think he had 20 points or something like that.
He did, yeah.
But all the games prior, he was under 10, and his points line was 12.5.
Yeah.
So I thought he was a good fade. I thought they were kind of overvaluing him, but I didn't realize that he represents a good matchup. So we'll see. Yeah,
it's the highest if you look at if you look at across all 30 teams. If you look at who are the teams to target from the combo guard position, the Clippers are number 1. and the Clippers are number 1, and then you have the Hornets and the Magic. So,
all right,
just yeah. Anyway,
all right, let's keep moving. We got the 7:30 game. Hornets at the Nets. Hornets are 7-17, 3-9 on the road. Nets are 13-12, 8-5 at home. Obviously, the Hornets have the whole slew of guys still out. The Nets have Simmons still out. Nets are -10 in the game. Sharps were on the Nets, even giving up 10 points. And the total 222.5. Sharps were on the under.
Nice.
What do you like here?
All right, I like so this is beautiful given these updated matchups. And I kind of what's the right word? I can't think of the right word, but it's I took out all the junk basically, and I really just picked like the primo performing games, right? So
Okay.
it made some things stand out. So I love this when you have two teams playing each other, and there's one position that each team doesn't guard well, and the other one's not. So it really it narrows your focus and your target. So in this case, combo guards against the Hornets are crushing, and wings against the Brooklyn Nets are crushing. So who does that mean? Kyrie Irving, combo guard for the Brooklyn Nets. A couple things I wanted to point out that I like. 30 points for Kyrie tonight's plus 240, 35 points plus 700. I like those. I also like him to be the top point scorer, possibly. It's plus 250. So it's either going to be him or Durant, and I have a feeling this is a Kyrie game.
I think there's probably better value on the 30 points at plus 240 than
exactly.
the top scorer at plus, because he could easily put up 30 and Durant could put up 32.
Yep,
right. So I would go with that.
That is very true. I also didn't mind his threes. He had 5 threes tonight. Is plus 500 or plus 480. I thought that was nice. But the play I'm going to go with him on is just his straight line, 24.5 points is minus 115. Okay. He's played one game this season on 2-day rest. It was against Memphis, and he had 37 points.
Nice.
He played 3 games last season on 2 days rest. 2 of them he didn't clear this number, but one of them he had 42 points against Houston. And I would equate, Charlotte to Memphis is not great defensively this season, and Houston obviously last season. So I like this for Kyrie tonight. You got anything on the Brooklyn side?
No, my play was on the Charlotte side.
Okay,
a guy that you usually play. So we'll see if you PJ Washington.
No,
not today.
Not today, but I want to hear it.
Sure, I'll do that, and then you can go into yours. I liked him over 1.5 threes, minus 135.
I played that.
He has done that in 7 of the last 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Nets earlier this season, and he had 3 3-pointers. That was in Brooklyn as well. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 6.7 attempts. So he's definitely getting the volume to hit 2. And the Nets are the 21st worst team in defending the 3. So everything lines up really nicely for him to hit at least 2 threes in this game. So it seemed like really good value given the history and the matchup. Yeah,
I like that. I like. Did you look into rebounds at all? The other thing we should just mention again, because it's Brooklyn is far and away the worst rebounding team. I looked at some of the splits full season, last 3 weeks, last 2 weeks. They're dead last. Offensively, defensively, they're really a team to target on the glass. So the other matchup that was good on the going up against Brooklyn are wings. Wings have been crushing Brooklyn. 8 impact games, which is one of the most amongst all teams. So Kelly Oubre is their wing. Jalen McDaniels also is another wing on Charlotte, but I went with Oubre today. A couple things I liked just to point out here. 30-point game for Oubre is plus 550. I thought that was interesting. And 5 threes for Oubre was plus 700. So two to take a look at there. A ping pong between Oubre and Kyrie also might be something nice. But the actual play is Kelly Oubre, 21.5 points. It's minus 110. His last 4 games that he's played on one-day rest, he's had 28, 28, 23, and 34. And then his last 3 games on the road, 22, 23, 34. I think that's I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options left on this team in terms of scorers. You got him and Terry and PJ Washington. Is there anybody else who's actually scoring?
Not really. No, not until
right?
You got no LaMelo. Hayward's out.
Hayward's out.
Miles Bridges isn't on the team anymore. So yeah. Did
they cut him, or is he still potentially coming back?
I think they cut him.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the other one, just for Oubre, because I wanted to do something with his Brooklyn rebounding, it's 5.5 rebounds, plus 105. He's done it in 6 of 8 games on one-day rest this season. And in those 6 games, he got to 7 twice, he got to 8 twice, and he had 13 in one of those games. So I like that quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I like rebounding. Not sure if he's the guy. I'm looking at Plumlee. See what he did. He put up 11 rebounds against the Nets last time. Do you know what his line is?
I could tell you. His line is 9.5.
Seems like good value.
Yeah, he's done it in 5 of his last 6.
Yeah, exactly. So he could be also the guy. But I have seemed to have really poor luck with him, so I'll probably lay off. But
yeah.
All right. Anything else on this game?
No, that's it.
All right. Then we got the exciting game of the night. This is the ESPN game. The Hawks at the Knicks. Little rivalry game.
Yeah.
Hawks are 13-11. Knicks are 11-13. Knicks are favored in this game, actually, minus 1.5. Total is 232. Sharps are on the Hawks and the under. Just to note, these two teams did play earlier this year. Hawks won that game 112-99. Murray had the big game. He had 36, 4, and 9, and 5 steals. The injuries for this game, you got Collins and Hunter are both still out. Knicks pretty much have everybody back.
Yep.
Trae Young did not have a big game. I think he only put up 17 points, but I might have a play on him tonight.
I might too.
All right.
All right. Just like that Charlotte Brooklyn game, this game also is nice because it's one position on either side. That's the primo matchup. So against Atlanta, forwards are who you're going to want to target. So it's Julius Randle, the only forward on the New York Knicks.
Okay.
And against the Knicks, it's point guards. So Trae Young is classified as a point guard. DeJounte Murray is classified as a combo guard. Just so
got it.
That's why I'm leaning on to Trae tonight because of that matchup. So I know you pointed out that this is a bit of a rivalry game. If the two who's the one player on each team who's like the guy to pick if in a rivalry game like this?
The two guys that you just said.
Exactly.
Randall and Trae Young. They're the two guys who were like in the heart of the back and forth when they had those classic games. So
yeah. They're both they're just like two MFers, They're just like they just want to
They definitely are holding a grudge like years later.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes. So a couple lines I just wanted to point out. I thought this was fun. I might start doing this a little bit more. 30-point game for Randall's plus 500.
Okay,
that was really nice. 35-point game for Trae is plus 330. And just if you wanted to put those two together, it's over plus 2,000. So something might be worth throwing $5 on or something.
Yeah.
A couple things. No, let's just go into the matchups here. We know who we're targeting. So Trae Young, 2.5 threes. It's plus 125. His last 4 games against the Knicks. He had 2 in the game.
4, 7, 2.
Yeah,
I know it because that was my play too.
There you go.
Yep. I love that play. It's
I love it too, especially the Knicks being terrible against the 3. It's awesome.
This is so discounted for his previous performance.
Yes.
But look at the 3 games prior, which were all last season. So Murray was not there, but this guy's going to come out and jack up. I mean, he had seven attempts in that game where he only had 2.
That game was in Atlanta, right?
No,
actually, it was in New York. I
think it was in New York.
Yeah,
but regardless, I think he's going to put up huge volume of threes tonight.
Yeah, there's something going on too. It was in the news because he was he was a healthy scratch the other night or something. There's something going on with the team, so I feel like he's going to come out to play. There's some stuff going on. I heard him getting into it with some reporters. And I feel like he's the kind of guy when there's some adversity. He kind of rises.
The fans on the sideline will be getting into his head, and he'll just respond by
he loves that. He loves that
1,000 threes. Also, it's notable. John Collins and DeAndre Hunter both being out, not the same position, but definitely decent volume of. Collins is good for 15 points. Hunter's 15 points, so that's going to get distributed somewhere. So I was on that play too. I think it's huge value for 3 threes. I think
he's plus money. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I looked at his point line too. I kind of liked it because it was just minus 105. It's almost even money there. It's 27.5 points. And if you look at his last 4 against New York, he didn't get there in that game this season. But the previous games from last season, he had 45, 29, and 33. Like I said, I also like that 35 plus at plus 330. So that's another one tonight. And then on the Knicks side, Randall, it's 21.5 points. It's minus 120. Not great. It hasn't been great recently. Like I think it's 5 of his last 10 or something like that. So we're not going to get bogged down in those. It's just let's take advantage of the good matchup and the rivalry. He has cleared that. He's played 3 games on 2 days rest this season, and he's cleared that line in 2 of those 3 games. So that would be the one thing that would kind of back this up.
Good. Yeah, I like that. The only other play I had was on the Hawks side. I had DeJounte Murray steals, over 1.5 steals, minus 105. He's only done it in 14 of 24 games so far this season. So he is up and down, but as I said earlier, he had 5 steals in the previous game against the Knicks. So I think the pace of this game and the intensity of the game, he's going to get those 2 steals.
Yeah,
so.
I like that too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Yep.
Who are you picking in that game? Hawks or Knicks?
Just straight up?
Yeah. Don't do it.
I don't want to say.
Okay.
Are you going to the game?
I might be going to the game, yeah. So,
I think you know where my head's at.
I do. You're gonna have to. I love Clint Capella though. So if even if the Knicks lose, I'll at least have something to root for.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we got the 8 p.m. game. OKC at Memphis. This is the second time these teams are playing this season. OKC is 11-13, 5-8 on the road. Memphis is 15-9, 9-2 at home. The only real notable injury, Bane is still out. As I mentioned, these 2 teams played earlier. The Grizzlies won that game 121-110. Triple J had a monster game, 25-12. The Sharps are on Memphis minus 7.5, and the didn't have an opinion on the total, but the total is 233. So lots of scoring in this game. There's one other note about the previous matchup. Both SGA and Morant had relatively low scoring games.
Mm-hmm.
I think SGA that was the game I was on him. and he put up 15 points.
Oh, that was that game. Okay,
I think so. And Morant had I think like 17 or something like that. So not sure if their defense against each other, did something. I don't know, but who do you like?
So this would lead me to if you look at Memphis, the DVP stuff for Memphis against the point guard, they're very good. They've only allowed 5 impact games, so that's part of the reason why they probably held SGA in check. And if you go to the OKC side, it's the same. They've also only allowed 5 impact games to point guards. So that's also why. But where they've been good against point guards, they're brutal against bigs and wings. By far, the most impact games from both of those positions are against OKC. So we can really target guys, and there's actually a bunch of guys from Memphis that play at those positions. So your wings for Memphis are Brooks and John Conchar, and then Memphis has a ton of bigs: Steven Adams, Santi Aldama, Brendan Clark, and Triple J, who you just spoke about. So we're gonna get some stuff going on these guys for sure. On the other side, just real quick, there's no prime matchup that you want to target against Memphis. The one position you can target a little bit is bigs, but they've actually been pretty good defensively. So kind of want to stay away a little bit. So what does that all mean? Steven Adams, I was super high on him the other day when his line was incorrectly posted at 6.5 or something, but now it's correct at 11.5 rebounds. It's plus 110. Listen to this. So he's on 1-day rest at home tonight. Here's his last games on 1-day rest at home rebounds: 16, 16, 9, 10, 19, 13. Crushing. I like that. I like that quite a bit tonight. For Adams, what was the other one? The other one was Triple J. Are you on Triple J?
I'm on Triple J tonight.
All right, what's your Triple J pick?
I just like the points. I looked at his rebounds.
That's my point. That's my pick. Then.
But he's super inconsistent with rebounding. I mean, he will probably clear his rebounding line, but his points were 18.5 points, minus 120. He's crossed 20, not just beat this line, but actually crossed 20 points in 6 of the 7 games that he's played so far this season. So, all 4 home games, just real quick, that he's played 4 home games. He's at 22, 20, 22, and 25. I love this. To me, I think it's just, if you overanalyze this, you're overthinking it, because he put up 25 points against his team. Yep. This is like the worst team to guard the bigs. Yep. 18.5. He will definitely get there unless he's in foul trouble, which is always my concern with him. But I think tonight's worth the risk. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. The one other play I had, just rebounding wise, over the last, just also to point out, I ran some stuff, just not looking at the whole season, but over the last 2 and 3 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, Memphis has been the best rebounding team in the league. So I wanted to jump on that, and the one guy that stood out was Dylan Brooks, 3.5 rebounds. It's minus 165, so not super fun, but he's done it in 5 straight and 7 of his last 8. Going back to is that last season? No, this season. This season on 1-day rest, he's cleared that in 11 of 14 games, and at home he's done it in 7 of 9. If you combine those two, 1-day rest and at home, 5 of 5. Yeah. I had him written down as well. I was on that the other day, and I think he put up 5. He might even be worth, going up to 4, going up to 5 rebounds, right, if you don't want to do the minus. Yeah. I think you can take that up to 4.5. I think for sure. I think so. Yeah. So all right, cool. All right. Nice. It's too bad. Too bad the point guards are well defended in this game, because this would be a fun one. But I knew something was up when SGA's line was 29.5. I was like, all right, this is the first time in a while I'm seeing his line below 30. But when you dig into it, it makes sense. So that's why. But I'm not going to fade him. All right. Next game, we got Detroit at the Pelicans. Detroit is 7-19 on the season, although experiencing a little bit of a recent hot streak. 3-11 on the road, so pretty bad road team. Cade Cunningham's still out. New Orleans 15-8 on the season, 9-3. I will mention our future bet on
I was just thinking about it.
It's already gone up 20%, so it's moving in the right direction. 9-3 at home. Ingram is out again tonight. New Orleans is minus 10.5. Sharps are on New Orleans minus the points, and the total is 229.5. Sharps were on the over.
Right.
I had no official picks in this game because the one guy I'm after, his line is not available yet.
Is it Jose Alvarado?
No, I wish I should have. I really like Killian Hayes in this game.
Yeah.
I came to find out this morning. I haven't validated this, but Duke played Iowa last night at the Garden, and apparently his twin brother, is on Iowa still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Less successful twin brother. But I'll just finish my little spiel on him. They don't seem to be catching up to how good this guy is with assists. Here are his last roughly 10 games: 6-8, 6-6-8, 6-8-9, 3-9, 6-9. So pretty much every game he's hitting 6 or more, except for one. And they still continue to put his line out around 4.5, 5, 5.5. So I would say keep your eye on that. If they release his props at 5.5 assists, jump on it because he's going to get that tonight.
Okay. I would just say one little red flag here is the position you'd want to target against New Orleans the least.
Ooh.
We've only allowed 4 impact games to point guards so far this season, which is I think dead last. No, sorry, Chicago has allowed 3. So it's down there. That might be why it's low, but yeah. So I have nobody to target against the Pelicans. They might be the best defensive team. I didn't run like an aggregate here on this, but everything's like low single digits and a lot of red. I want to see green, not red. So I'm staying away from the Pelicans, but you can for sure target some guys against Detroit. Point guards against Detroit, just for comparison, whereas New Orleans has allowed 4 impact games, Detroit has allowed 11 impact games from the point guard position.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Jose Alvarado. I want to get on him tonight. There's no lines out yet, but I for sure I'm going to find something on Alvarado later. But what I did find, the other 2 positions you can target against Detroit, point guard's the best, but bigs and combo guards also. So because of this point guard and big thing, who kind of plays that role for the Pelicans? Who's a big man who kind of plays like a point guard too?
Zion
Williamson, my friend. Yeah. 4.5 assists for Zion. It's minus 145. On 2 days rest this season, he's played twice on 2 days rest. He had 8 and 7 in those 2 games. He's averaging 6 assists over his last 5, whereas he was averaging 4.5 over his last 10. So he's trending up nicely. So I like that quite a bit. I probably like his points too, but not going to make it an official play here. Just because I'm a little worried about the blowout risk in this game.
Yeah, this has
especially with Detroit on the back-to-back. And
major letdown.
This might be a game for some of your first quarter stuff, though. And I know Detroit's terrible first quarter, right?
Yeah, they are one of the worst first quarter teams, although they've been better of late. So, but New Orleans is a good, relatively good first quarter team as well.
But here's the big play. So the other not as strong as point guard, but right up there, bigs against Detroit is doing really well. Joe Val, 9.5 rebounds. It's plus 100. I love this. On 2 days rest, he's done in 15 of 17 games on 2 days rest, averaging just under 12 rebounds per game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Detroit is not a particularly good rebounding team,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
Which is surprising because they have a bunch of good rebounders on their team, but maybe
the other one that did pop out to me, they're on a back-to-back. If you look at Isaiah Stewart's stats on back-to-back rebounding and back-to-back, I think he's only missed his line once or something like that. But I'm scared of New Orleans, and I'm a little scared of this game, and I'm just staying away.
Yeah, no, this is a good game to stay on the Pelican side.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I'm still going to play Killian Hayes just to fade you.
Okay, we'll see. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
We'll discuss tomorrow. That'll be one of our things. All right. Moving on, we got the last game, 8 p.m. Kings at the Bucks. Kings are 13-9. Bucks are 17-6, 11-3 at home. Bucks are minus 6.5 in this game. 236 is the total. Sharps didn't really have a pick on the sides, but we're going for the over. So lots of points going to be scored in this game. This will be a fun game to watch.
Yep. This is a very fun game. I like this quite a bit. Love the Kings. Matchup wise, I love this also when there's just one position that stands out that you can target against Sacramento. It's wings. 10 impact games by wings. That's the only green box on my screen here. All the other ones, bigs is red, combo guards 2, bigs 7. This is the position to target. So the problem though is that you don't have great, wings on Milwaukee.
Right.
Grayson Allen and Pat Connaughton are their 2 wings. And I don't think I've ever won a bet on Grayson Allen.
Nope.
But we're going to try again tonight.
Oh, all right. Keep going at it till you nail it.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep trying. 1.5 threes. It's minus 120. He's done it in 4 or 5 games at home this season. He's averaging 5.5 3-point attempts per game in a good matchup. I'm going to go with that. And that's all I got on the Milwaukee side. I got a couple on Sacramento. You got anything on Milwaukee?
Yeah, I like Chris Middleton's assist line. 4.5 assists. Since he's come back, he's had 7 assists and 5 assists, and he's only played 26 minutes per game. So looking further back, his last 30 games, he's hit that line in 21 of 30 games. I think his minutes are just going to continue to rise, especially in a game like this. I think he'll be closer to 30 minutes played. So I think he's going to clear this 5 assist line. I really like that play.
Nice. And he's the type of player, I think, I think he's classified as a forward the last few seasons, but early on in his career, I'm looking right now, the first 6 seasons of his career, he was classified as a wing. So I like that play. He's he could be considered a wing for Milwaukee.
All right, Milwaukee's wing position just got upgraded.
That's it. On the Sacramento side, so the Milwaukee is another team you just kind of want to stay away from. But the one position that they're a little weak at is combo guards. So your 2 combo guards for the Kings are Davion Mitchell and Malik Monk. So I'm going to go with Monk here. His assist numbers are pretty crazy. We've played this before. 3.5 assists, minus 120. He's averaging just over 3 on the season, but over his last 5 games, he's averaging just under 5. So trending in the right direction in a solid matchup. I've been hearing a lot about him, on various podcasts and whatnot, just about how he finally, he was a high draft pick, lottery pick, and never fulfilled his potential in Charlotte, and was on the Lakers last year.
Yeah,
kind of seems like, why did the Lakers get rid of him? And he's having quite a good season in Sacramento this year. So
yeah, he was an underrated addition to that Kings team
for sure. Yeah.
They're pretty good, man. They got some good depth. I think
so fun.
They'll give the Bucks a good run today. I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll make it close.
Yeah, so many good games tonight. I don't know what it is. I really love tonight's slate.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You got anybody else on this game?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Well done. I mean, I think I did okay today. You
did
know, compared to the solo pod, but you know,
you did. You filled in your role nicely. We have some good picks, and I wasn't left hanging out to dry there, trying to figure out an over/under or something.
Yeah, this would have been a struggle. Yesterday, you only had 3 games, so
yeah,
this would have been twice as many transitions.
Yes. Well, you get some rest. We want. I know you said you're 80% today. We want a nice 100% tomorrow. So you stay
I'll
nice
be
and
back.
hydrated and rest up and nice work.
Yep, likewise.
And we'll see you tomorrow.